be with us today, and actually and then we are going to publish the recording on the web page. So I hope that you are okay with that. If not, if you don't want to be on the recording, so please switch off your cameras. The purpose of the meeting is, I think it's pretty clear. So simply just to let you a bit more know about what's ahead of us, what's this InterFIN, why we came up with this idea, to give you a bit more details that you can find already in the agenda, to address some of your first questions and discuss a bit more. And so let's dive into this, but first just let me click, because as we are sorry whether we are already in the transition period between Zoom and Teams, and already we have like a okay, what to click first, what to click second. So just takes more time to share the screen, to remind myself where all the magic buttons are. Okay. I hope that now you can see my screen. And how we are going to do this today. So we've got an hour and 30 minutes. First, we start with like a few basic information on the event itself, a bit like a justification. Then we just briefly touch on the event methodology. Then we'll pass the floor of the screen to you and discuss a bit eventually what will be the next steps. So why InterFIN, and what was the story behind? So we realized, and also talking among ourselves, but also exchanging with you, that obviously, I mean, most of the topics, finance-related topics, they are interlinked, be it SCOs and risk-based management verification, financial flows, and the commitment, irregularities, also having like influence on the financial flows. I mean, as all of the programs are in the implementation phase. I mean, there was a lot of the new interesting questions, but also practices popping up, keep on popping up, and very often they are coming from various directions, and that they are interlinked. So very often when we are having the webinars or sessions on particular topics, or the in-person events on the particular topics, we always link one topic to another. And then that's why we thought that, okay, maybe this is the time when we can collect all of the main financial topics that are working with you, and just to talk and discuss them under one roof. So that was something that actually okay. That actually this is actually that was the first idea. Then obviously, I mean, this is okay. Some topics, like I said, I mean, with more and more advanced implementation, they are new interesting questions, sometimes challenges, but also practices to share. These practices, also to discuss this practice, we need more time. Sometimes to discuss this practice, maybe the online environment is not the best one, because actually there's one person talking, less listening, and in person, and also having being like inspired by various topics in various sessions, then you can interlink these topics during your meetings, during the lunch, during coffee breaks, or just yourself going from one session to the other. And last but not least, obviously, this is a network opportunity. Very often nowadays, we just meet online for 2-3 hours. I mean, where this networking is rather limited. And this is and also we heard from you that, okay, from time to time, it's really good to meet. Actually, if there's a purpose for that, to meet and to exchange. So hence the the idea of having like this 2 days in-person meeting devoted to various topics. I mean, as you probably notice in the agenda for the InterFIN, there are like four objectives. The first one is to discuss in depth some of the most relevant Interact finance topics. So this is what kind of like a we think, or just we think it's actually also discussing with you that actually this is kind of like a common denominator. Actually, there are topics that actually that everyone's or most of you discuss. Obviously, with this comes like exchanges on different practical experiences, new ones and old ones. But then comes what is the difference with the third bullet and the first bullet is actually not very, sometimes when we are discussing most like a relevant, we think the most relevant interactive finance topics, sometimes we are missing some angle or we are missing something which is very interested for your program. And that's why, so here's the difference between the first and the third dot, that the third one, the third objective is more for what is interesting to you for your program. And obviously, all these discussions, they should also help us just to, let's say, to plan a bit better the second half of the year, the discussions that we are going to have during the second half of the year, and also the planning for the next year. As you saw in agenda, so in first day is during the first day we're going to have 6 thematic sessions related to the current programming period issues. 3 sessions in the morning, 3 sessions in the afternoon. This is something that you might find like a familiar with the IKF, yet the sessions, as you already probably saw in the agenda, they will be longer. So it's not like a 1 hour, 30 minutes, but we really want to spend, we are going to have like a 3 hours per session. So 3 sessions during morning, each 3 hours separated by a coffee break, then lunch, and in the afternoon, and again, the 3 sessions in the afternoon. This is the first day. The second day, this is the one big session devoted to open space and kind of you taking the lead on the event, so to say. And during day 1 and day 2 will be many networking opportunities. As you already also saw from the agenda, I mean, the target audience of this event are finance officers and finance managers from managing authorities and joint secretariats. I forgot to say one thing, and actually on the first slide there was a plane. Why? Because this is the pilot. I mean, as many cases, probably as many cases in it also in this case we are trying new things, and that's why we also it's your feedback. I mean, you're like on the topic on the event, it's very crucial to us, meaning actually does it make sense? What do you think about it? Not only in the evaluation, obviously we'll ask you at some point for the evaluation, but this is the of the event. But actually now it's just we would like to hear from you maybe on during chats, during coffee breaks. What do you think about it? So does it make sense? Would you like this direction, or simply it's maybe we should stick to, let's say, like our original ideas? Anyway, also for the target audience, this is the event dedicated for at least this year for management for the managing authorities and JS finance managers. Maybe in the future, if you say so, that actually we should also think about the controllers and audit authorities. That is something to think of. Obviously, this is also influence on the number of the participants in the event, because this year we kind of like estimate to be a bit over 100. There is this limitation of 2 persons per program on average. We will see how it works. Okay, for now, the registration closes on the 3rd of April, because also as in the registration, you will also indicate your preferences regarding the sessions, and then that requires a bit of work just let's say to check and actually just to assign you for all the sessions that actually that all of you actually I mean you'll get what you want, and also you indicated. Hopefully, we'll be able just to meet all your requirements regarding the sessions, because of course there will be some limits regarding the sessions and participants in the sessions, and the sessions will be not repeated. Yet that's the idea, is that actually that okay, we will start approval of your registration in March, this or next week the latest, and then you will receive like the mail from us after the registration is closed in April about the details and the sessions that actually that you are going to participate during the day one. Okay, and this is like something new. So apart from to mention that the event is going to happen in Kraków. Yes, it's going to be in Kraków, but exact location, this is the Congress Center of the University of Agriculture. And you see the screen on the screen, the address. I mean, the venue is located in it's not the very center of the city, but very close by to the very center of the city. So it's like it's 10, 15 minutes by public transport to get from the main railway station, or like a 40 minutes walking distance from the main railway station. So it's not that far. Also, I mean, it's 10 minutes more from to the walking distance, and you will get to the main market square. So this is really, I mean, this is in Kraków. It's really in the vicinity of the city center. It's really well connected. Various buses going there. So obviously, we will just also provide you with some tips once we will get closer to the venue time. And I think that's the most important about the intro. Now we just hear more about the sessions from during the day one, and the sessions are going to be introduced to you like an overview and maybe a bit more than the overview from the session leaders. Over to you, Sana.
Thank you, and yeah, welcome also from my side. This particular workshop on program financial management focuses on decommitment, financial flows, and technical assistance, so TA. Currently, we plan to shape the session like around the 3 blocks that we will explain briefly how to calculate decommitment targets, especially in case the program has had modifications like increases in the budget and will have different values for 22 allocations in the target for 25 and 26. So we will have we will deal with through a practical exercise. Then we will also discuss decommitment, and there are a lot of questions circulating, like how does it look for you? Are there troubles for 25 or 26? And how does all this affect TA? What solutions and mitigation measures are available? Then we want to go through the financial flows with you, both from the Commission, the program, but especially from program to projects. Like, are there bottlenecks? Is there a flow at all? And again, how does this affect TA? So a lot of questions are also in the title. So far, so good. So I would say perhaps that the main objective of this workshop is to have less questions by the end, or at least having different questions. But be prepared that this workshop will not be an interact monologue, because instead we really want to work with you very practically and want to offer you a session where you, the programs together, can solve the problems arising. And besides these topics that I've mentioned, we welcome any additional aspects you would like to add to this wonderful drawing. We will contact the participants that are registered for this session in April for further details. But in the meantime, if you have something you already know that requires a dot in this session and needs to be connected, you can reach out to me. Thanks.
Okay, good morning, everyone. The next session that we will present now is the one concerning state aid, and in particular GBER Articles 20 and 20A. This session is also divided into 3 blocks. In the first block, we will discuss your difficult cases, the ones that you have been dealing with, especially the ones related to General Block Exemption Regulation, Article 20 and 20A, as I said, but it doesn't have to be only these articles. We will discuss de minimis, difficult de minimis cases as well. I know that there were some in the past. Apart from that, we will see where we stand in the preparation of the union register, the minimis union register in view of 26, because as you might know, as of next year, all the member states will have to use some kind of de minimis register, whether it's the national one or the union one. So we will see where we are with the preparations for this obligation. And then apart from that, as you might know, there will be public consultation on the upcoming state aid guidelines open soon. If these guidelines, if they concern Article 20 and if they concern Interact, we are going to make some contributions, and we are going to discuss as well what we want to say in the public consultation on the state aid guidelines. And with that, I think I pass over to Jasmina, who is going to present the next session.
Okay, thank you, Shamek. I'm not Jasmina, I'm Florin. But the thing is, we have this session, as Greg said, and Sana. It's not a monologue, it's not a presentation, it's a collaboration session between, Alexandra, Jasmina, myself, and you, because you are the most important there. And like in Shamek presentation, we don't have blocks, but we have forms. And we started from traditional management verifications, like shape, square, and we're looking to control, to check every single item and going through all the things. You remember in the past, all the projects should have 100% checks, and then at least one site visit. Doesn't matter the amount received. And smoothly we went through a risk-based approach, much more rounded, and thinking how to use the time the best, and to have the ability of data provided by the controller, by the project, by the managing authority, and looking to the risky items instead of checking each item, every single invoice, every single euro. And so we focus on this session to efficiency, reliability with you. We want to exchange about the methods. Still, at this moment, we have programs doing 100% programs. I mean, not programs, but member states. That's why the idea is to learn from each other, to exchange, to interact, the networking part of this fair, this event. From the programs much more advanced and looking to the the best solution to do the management verification process, and sharing with our colleagues from the member state programs that still do have 100%. And one of the ideas to shape a bit the control and to look into simplified cost options. And this is the best solution. And that's why we want you to share some experiences where dividing the process of controlling, I mean, not 100% looking to the controller, but some of the control at the managing authority at the JS level, and then letting the controllers to do the real work. Because sometimes in the past, we are looking to every single small invoice and then letting, let's say, the public procurement at the latest thing. And I think this is the most important thing, and to draw the attention to the controllers to start with public procurement, because later on in the afternoon, and then we will see in the presentation, we will talk about errors, irregularities, fraud, and what is the most difficult financial corrections. And coming back, this is our session to exchange and to share experiences. Thank you. Next slide, please.
Thank you, Florin. So after we had a nice lunch, we invite you to join our SEO's kitchen, where we will dive into the current implementation status and issues. And in this session, we will be focusing on the current implementation to see and check with you if everything is going according to plan. Are there any open issues, questions, concerns? We would like to address them there. We would also like you to share what is on your to-do list regarding SEOs. So are there any plans in motion for developing or introducing new SEOs in your programs? And given that SEOs are widely used or more widely used in this period, we would like to talk to you about, for example, have you had the opportunity to reflect on any changes, or have you identified potential savings concerned to the use of SEOs in your programs? And of course, we will allocate time for specific discussions and questions, as Greg already mentioned. And yeah, we welcome your insights for this topic, as for all others for our InterFIN event. So please join us in our kitchen, and Greg, I think we will do the dishes in the end, right? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Yasmina. So in parallel to this SEO Interact kitchen, there's another workshop session, which is called Beyond Excel, How New Tools Are Transforming Financial Management. And we wanted to do such a session on IT tools and artificial intelligence, because in Interact, discussions have mainly started in connection to communication. So how to use artificial intelligence for communication purpose in Interact, but the discussion on financial management and program management use of artificial intelligence and new IT tools has not leveled up so much yet. So with this workshop, we would actually like to start off these discussions among you, because I think there are already many practices that can be shared, or ideas how to use tools, how to use AI. And so this is what we would like to start with, like a small stock taking, so to see what AI tools are some of you using already, what AI tools and IT tools are there out there beyond Excel, because of course Excel was and is widely used, but maybe there are also some new ideas for new tools that can be used in financial management in Interact. And then based on the stock taking, we would like to talk about practices. So how are these tools used? So do you have already good practice examples? How can such tools make our financial management more efficient, more effective? What are maybe time-saving potentials or other ways of working with those tools that you can share with your colleagues? And finally, of course, there are also risks or threats. Many people are worried what all these tools will bring to our work in the future. So we would also like to hear your the challenges you face, or maybe the risks you see in the future. So to collect those and see how we can respond to them together as Interact community. And also what opportunities are in these tools. So where do we see potentials for the future? And also maybe to see, is there a need for further working on this topic, maybe later this year, as said. So also here there's, of course, after this workshop, potentially an output that can be continued throughout the year with working more on AI and IT tools. So that's it for this workshop.
And the last session that we are proposing on day one would be the one on irregularities and fraud or suspected fraud. Again, in this session, we are going to have 3 blocks as well. We will discuss real life errors, financial errors, or established irregularities from the programs, the ones that you found, or your audit authorities, or bodies performing accounting function, or controllers found in your programs. Then we are going to discuss cases of suspected fraud. There are some in Interact as well. And the third block will be focused on the methods to prevent irregularities, conflicts of interest, a very popular topic in this programming period, and possibly fraud as well, or suspected fraud if you have any.
And that's what we plan in the menu for day one. So as after this, I hope that some everyone finds something interesting in the menu. But obviously after that, maybe there will be time to maybe not only reflect what we discussed during the day one, but also to enjoy a bit of the late afternoon and in the evening in Kraków. And I think the Kraków has a few interesting opportunities and to offer, starting from culture, kitchen, maybe a bit of walking, sporting, so you name it. So I think there are various opportunities, and so that's why we hope that they will enjoy the time, and you will come back to us for the day 2, which we call like this. We plan this open space technology session. And now on the next slide, I should say you a bit more about the open space technology, and tell you that open space technology is something. No, I will not tell you anything, because obviously you can find something on this in the internet, but please don't. This is no reason for you going for the diving into deep into the idea of the method. It's what you need to know is a highly participatory process, and that's why we chose that for you, because we know that actually as Interact, we are working together, and we very often we are passionate about our topics, and we take we do work together, we support each other, we exchange information, we address different challenges or problems from different angles. We try to find like a common solutions, and very often we submit ourselves to different sometimes challenges beyond our imagination on voluntary basis. So as you see, actually, these are like three foundations of the what are needed for the open space technology, and that's enough for you to know about it. As from obviously, I mean, if you are interested, you've got like a one in the agenda. You can find a link to the web page that describes a bit more in details how the process look like, but it is really not. It is not important that you go through that. I think you will also enjoy the process more. What you need to know is actually that we want to focus this second day, the second full day session on like a recent Interreg finance challenges. Again, as the whole 2-day event, we want to focus on these challenges and also maybe sharing also practices. This time, this day 2 is dedicated to what I indicated in one of my first slides. Actually, this is this dot 3. This is about you and your most relevant finance questions in your program. Maybe you already started to discuss them during day 1. But maybe you discussed that during the particular session, but with like a limited audience. Here in this open space, we will be all together. So there will be no other, I mean, there will be at the very beginning, we'll be all together. We start and we finish the session all together. So all of us, all the knowledge that we've got will be in the room. Then, so this is the opportunity to address the questions that you will arrive with to the session. So something that maybe these questions were not addressed, or they were not discussed enough during the day 1, or maybe not discussed with all the participants that you wish to actually that they will be present during the discussion on your particular question. Maybe during the sessions during day 1, you will be inspired, or simply some new questions will pop up that you will simply want to discuss with other peers. This is exactly also the place to do that. Last but not least, questions will obviously pop up during various networking. So in between sessions, coffee breaks, lunches, inspired by some great cuisine and discussions in the evening in the dinner up for post day 1 session. So this is at least 4 examples of different type of questions that you can bring to the table, and this is something that we will work together in like with different stands, and actually and we will try to address as many questions as you want. That there will be also raised during the session, meaning that to raise the questions again. So this is this kind of what voluntary is needed, because they will be you, the owner of the question, and you will be so facilitating the discussion around your question. This is also that you will have as much time as you want to discuss this question. There will be no like a time limit. If you will decide that you need like to discuss is 3 hours, it will be 20 minutes that will address and answer your questions. That will be also enough. So this is really a participatory approach, but also very flexible approach that gives you time for that. This is, after the session, this is our promise to you that obviously all the outcomes of the sessions and will be shared in the joint report. They will disseminate among all the participants of the event. And obviously, last but not least, these discussions will also have influence on the second half of the year events, or webinars, or discussions that we are planning. And also, as you know, that we usually in Interact will start planning our events for the next year around like a September of preceding year. This also obviously will have like an impact on this planning process. So you are most welcome to join us during the 2 days. And now I think that's all what we prepare from our side for like this intro. And we would like to share the screen with you. And it's time for your questions to us.
You can either write in the chat or then raise your hand, or if no one is talking, you can just open your mic as well. Laura, please.
Thank you. First, I would like to thank you for organizing this so-called pre-event consultation meeting. So in order to see what we can expect in Kraków, so I think it's a good way to start a meeting like this. I was previously attending this finance network meetings or something like this, and I think in these meetings there was not enough time to discuss things. So I think that we will have a lot of opportunity now in Kraków really to discuss, not just having you as presenting things, but we will be able to open discuss the ones who we are responsible for these topics, really open issues and see what other programs are doing. So I think it's a good way, a step approach. Of course, you will have something to tell us, but otherwise it's important that we can discuss between each other. So I hope that a lot of programs will join us, because today I don't see which kind of programs are here. Some of participants doesn't have the name of the program, but I hope that there will be as much programs as possible there to have the good audience. So thank you.
Thank you, Laura. That's what we are also looking forward to. Good. There is a question in the chat about the day 2. If programs want to propose a topic for discussion, can you explain briefly how? Yeah, Greg, can you just briefly explain how to go about if a program has a topic that they want to introduce?
Yes, that's exactly the point. I mean, you are coming to the day 2 with the question, the topic, and you will address it to the whole community, to the plenary, and then we will just also, so in a way we will be shaping with the different questions, different topics, we will be shaping the agenda for day 2, and then actually after the like a reconvening, then we'll just go and discuss in the various slots. There will be like a slots for different topics, and these topics will be they will be discussed. So also as a program also coming, you can bring not only one, you can bring as many questions as you want, and also you can plan these questions all over during the day 2. So this is not like a limitations for like a time. There's no limitations for the question for the specific topic. There could be some topics in between. There could be like a special angles to the topics that we didn't approach the topic or the question, or simply maybe the question was not discussed enough during day 1. So you want to continue discussion, which is also fine. So these are these are exactly the opportunities for day 2.
So the topics are brought into day 2. There is no like you don't have to inform us prior to the meeting. You come with your questions to the day 2. Yeah.
Hi everyone. I would like to be sure if I understood correctly. In the first day, everybody will participate to all the sessions.
No, There will be 6 sessions, 3 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon, and in the registration you need to choose so 1 session for the morning and 1 session for the afternoon. That's why in the registration we are asking for your preferences. So it's like a preference 1, preference 2, preference 3. We will try to do our best to assign you with your preferences 1, preferences 2, at least. But this is we'll try to that's why we also need like some time after the registration is closed to do all the like necessary technical work and just to reach you back with the confirmation on the sessions. 1 session in the morning, 1 session in the afternoon.
Okay, thank you.
And Greg, another question from the colleagues. Do you plan something in the evening?
Well, not, but we will obviously provide you some tips where to go and maybe and actually what will be currently happening in Kraków, because actually we assume there will be quite a big group, so actually maybe we will have to try we will have different preferences, so that's maybe we'll try to propose you some ideas for the evening and recommendations.
We got very good questions. Thank you for those. There is still time to ask more if you feel like, or if you want to comment some of the sessions already now, like want to highlight something that came to your mind, you can do it now, but there is also time for that later.
Another one has just popped up in the chat. Is telling us that he has recently started as a financial officer for an Interact program. Is this event still interesting for him?
Przemek, maybe if you read the question, you can answer.
Well, I would say, of course, Stefan, because you will find out the event is for you, is to find out about experiences, what the programs are doing, So of course, we are open, and the event will be still, I hope, will be still interesting for you. You will find out what the other programs are doing, and I think this is the best way to meet the people. So of course you are invited, Stefan.
And yes, I mean, obviously, I mean, there is like this limit for 2 persons per program for now, what we just said. So this is something that maybe you need to discuss internally within your program. But obviously, I mean, I think that actually that's Przemek said. I mean, you will find some topics that actually that might be of interest, and yeah, you are really welcome to join. Cecily, you keep on asking about A2. I know that you would like to hear more and more, and I will resist my answering to. I mean, yes, depending. I mean, I would answer. It will be organized on the voluntary basis. So meaning that actually, if say we will have the owner of the question, and that will be obviously people that actually will be interested in the question. So actually, this is then up to the group to organize itself and to address and to meet with the owner of the question and discuss it from the day one. But I mean, from the square one. But also some might also join during the discussion. It also may happen, but I will not tell you more.
Another question. Can you tell me if we still can modify our preferences in the registration form?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
You can go back to your registration
We didn't
form.
have all that information when we registered, and now we have another vision.
Okay. Yes, this is still
That's good.
Thank you.
So basically, until your registration is approved, you at least have time to change your preferences.
But I don't see any more questions, also raised hands. So I think that's, I mean, I think it's pretty clear. As also Przemek said, I mean, if you want to also reach us after the event, obviously, you know, you can reach us individually or also at finji@interact.eu. So please mail us. And if there's no more question, maybe we can continue with what's next. Przemek, over to you. I will.
Yes, Greg. It will be, well, next steps and the conclusion of today's webinar. So remember to submit your registration by the 3rd of April. Also, if your colleagues want to participate, tell them about this deadline. And of course, indicate your preferences for day one sessions. If you have already done the registration, you can still modify, as we have just heard. And the most important thing is wait for the approval. Do not start with preparing your travel because you need to be first approved. And depending on the session you will be participating in, you might be approached by the session leader. And for example, I was telling you about the state aid or about the irregularities, how it will be structured. For these 2 sessions, for sure, you will be contacted by me if you participate in these sessions, because we will be discussing the cases from your program. So you will need to do some preparatory work, but of course it will not be books that you will have to write or reports that you will have to write. We'll try to focus on 1 or 2 cases from your program, so very, very short preparatory work. And prepare your questions or topics for the open space session beforehand. I think this is the most important point regarding day 2. As an example, because we have already had one of such questions or topics to be discussed, I included it in day 1 discussion, but it was the conflict of interest, which was proposed one of the programs. So think about your topics, your questions that you want to discuss, something that's bugging you. You want to see how other programs are dealing with the topic or with the question that you have. So this will be the focus of day 2. Thank you.
And as we said, so if you've got any more questions, please contact us either at Finji or directly to any of us from the Finji group. And we hope to see you and meet all of you in Kraków. Thank you for today and being with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.